Many blessings this August to you, Aries. My name is Verdelus. I am a shamanic astrologer and human design life coach, and very excited to be launching this new segment, the Rising Sign Horoscopes. So you can check this out if your sun sign is Aries or rising sign is Aries. Rising sign is going to be more accurate for you. So just know that whenever you look at horoscopes, always the rising sign information is the most accurate for you. So let's dive in this month. We're going to start with talking about these two planets, Mars and Saturn. They're conjunct this month, or they're in the same sign, and that means they're going to be in the same house in your chart. And they're going to be in the 8th house. And Mars and Saturn are considered the malefics, at least they were in the traditional world. And the malefic just means the way that we experience it is not, what we all tend to like, malefic energy. So let's check it out. 8th house energy. It's the area of personal transformation, death and rebirth kinds of cycles. Now this area is really focused for you, and it has been for a while with Saturn there. This month it really intensifies with Mars being put there. Now there could be some pretty deep energies that are emerging for you from the unconscious. Some shadows you might want to be dealing with. This may come up through a partner that you're living with. So anyone who you're sharing resources with, there can be some kind of a struggle that you're having, or a conflict or confrontation, and you may feel like you're butting your head up against the wall a bit, which is a Mars-Saturn kind of feeling. That can be like a feeling of frustration. But where it's located for you is in this 8th house, and so you want to be aware of not being too rash with emotional outbursts, and do more intensive and intentional shamanic work, healing work, transformational type of work. If some shadows or dark sides are coming up, great, let's process them out, but don't over-process. This can be a real over-process type of energy. Now, Mars in the 8th house could really amp up some of your sexual energy this month, but there may be a feeling of being thwarted or a bit frustrated as it approaches Saturn. You may want to think about some of your long-term goals in terms of your sexual energy, intimacy, true intimacy, deep intimacy, and also your long-term goals with sharing resources or blending your resources with other people. That's the nature of Mars-Saturn. He wants the two of them together want us to think more in the long term. And so here it's about these 8th house processes of dying to old forms and being reborn, but also of sharing our resources with other people and being more empowered in that process. Now, we move out of the Mars-Saturn combination, we move to the combination of the great benefics, Venus and Jupiter. And actually, this month, you really have Venus coming to, and Jupiter coming to the 5th house. And Mercury is also there, the Sun is there. It's a huge time for your creativity and your self-expression. Venus always beautifies wherever she touches, and we've just had Jupiter go into Leo, which means he's going to be at your 5th house now, and this is going to be a really creative year as a whole, but it really launches big time this year. So you want to be beginning major creative projects. You also may have some new energy around children. Maybe your own children are really fun to be around right now. There's new energy with them. Or if you don't have children, you could be very fertile this month, but you may want to be around children. It's really about tapping into the child inside of you, the solar child that wants to play, that wants to shine, that wants to be seen. So this is a time to recreate, to play, to create, to have fun, and it's a really good time for romantic relationships. The 5th house does relate to this theme of romance, and this is more playful. It's not about the just intense partnership as much as the playful, let's have fun kind of energy. So if you've been doing all that deep work with Mars and Saturn, give yourself a break and go out, have a good time, go to a party, go to a festival. It's summertime. Really have some fun this month, play, and good time to make a gamble on some things. You have some good good sources here with Venus, Jupiter going into your 5th house, and it can be a really beautiful time for you. Also, if you're born around the equinox, around March 21st, you are having Jupiter trine your Sun, and this is one of the more expansive transits that we experience. Great time for travel, for publishing, for broadcasting, for expanding yourself and getting out there in the world on a bigger level. So great time for you, Aries. And a lot of you other Aries will be experiencing that Jupiter trine coming up in the next few weeks or few months. So looking forward to sharing more about that with you next month. Alright, this has been Verdelus at shamanstorch.com. Namaste, take care, blessings.